Okay, now for a word about tarantula molting. So tarantula molting means shedding. So the shedding is a real crucial part of a tarantula's life. They can survive from it, and they can also die from it if you don't have the proper conditions. So I'm going to show you what a tea looks like in pre-molt. In my last word about tarantula molting, I had my therapist was a blondie. Well, she molted, and a lot of my videos, as I said to you before, are gone, so I had to recreate all these videos. So I have a tarantula in pre-molt right now, so I'm going to show it to you what it is. Yeah, it's just a second. Okay, so there's about 4 signs that a tarantula is in pre-molt. So the first one is you have to look for a bald patch in the abdomen, and you have to make sure if it's dark. So I have a tea that's almost in pre-molt. It looks like in pre-molt. She's losing her colors. So this is my Ephobos moranis. This is the French Guiana skeleton tarantula. So this particular genus doesn't have urticating hairs on the abdomen, so it's kind of hard to tell if she's in pre-molt or not, but there's other ways to tell if it's in pre-molt. The second way to look for is discoloration of the tarantula. So you can see a lot of her skeleton legs are gone. So you can see the back hind legs, there's no skeleton patterns, and it's starting to fade, so you have to look for fading colors. The third sign is tendency to burrow. So a lot of teas will tend to hide themselves when they molt. So that's why my OBT hasn't come out in such a long time, because it was in pre-molt and it finally molted, but I've still never seen that one before. It's just as reclusive as my cobalt blue, half the time I live in them. So the fourth sign, and the last sign, is refusal to eat. Some tarantulas, like very hungry tarantulas, especially like the Acanthoscurria species, which are very great eaters, will suddenly stop eating if they're in pre-molt. So it's not always seen by Grammosola rosea, the Chilean rose, because they have this tendency to fast for long periods of time, so it's kind of hard to know when they'll be in pre-molt. But you still exhibit the 3 other signs, like the dark bald patch on the abdomen. You'll see discoloration of their body colors, and also the tendency to burrow. So what happens when a tarantula will molt? So let me just close my moranis tank. Just a second. There we go. Kind of a mean tea. Okay, so what happens when a tarantula molts? So what a tarantula will do is they frequently make web beds. They'll lie on their back and will literally push themselves out of their own body. So as a result, you get a fully intact skin. So this is my T Blondie mold. She was at 8.5 inches. Now she's 10 inches. So you can see the hang on, there's not enough light. So you can see all of her body's intact. You have all the 8 legs, including the pedipalps. You have the fangs. I don't know if you can see the fangs. And the carapace and the abdomen. So if you want to sex a tarantula, you always have to check for the molt. You have to see if they have spermathecae, which I'll explain later in another video. And if it has a spermathecae, it's female. If not, then it's a male. So what are the conditions for your tarantula to molt successfully? Well, the most important thing is humidity. A lot of tarantulas need humidity when they molt. So what I would do is to get the humidifier right here. As you can see, there's steam going on, and literally just put it near the tarantula's tank. So this way it will build up moisture on its old skin, and it will be much more easier to take out for the tarantula to take out, and it will have no problems with that. So you can have wet molts. If your tarantula is too dry, it can have a wet molt where it'll lose a lot of fluids, like in the case of my pink toe. She had a semi-wet molt, but I managed to save her by putting her in the ICU. And she was fine after that. So you just want to make sure you have to really give humidity to your tarantulas. And it wouldn't hurt to crank up the heat, because you want to mimic these conditions. Like for a Theraphosa blondie molt, I kept my room around 83 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity at least around good 85 to 90%, just to really make sure she would molt it. It took her at least 12 hours to molt. So I'll show you the finished product of her. I'll be showing it to her in my tea tour video, which will be coming up very soon. So this is constantly my largest tarantula that I own. She's a 10-inch female. And here she is. Really awesome tea. And she's a monster. Alright, so see you later.